High school classroom, morning. The classroom is loud, chaotic, a teenage jungle of noise, phones, gum cracking, and casual swagger. Graffiti scars the desks. Fluorescent lights buzz overhead. A poster on the wall says knowledge is power, curling at the corners from neglect. The bell rings, and Eli walks in. A tall, thin black boy, a hoodie zipped to the top, backpack hugged to his chest. His sneakers are clean but old. His face is still, eyes lowered. He takes the only empty seat, back corner, next to the trash can. As he sits, silence doesn't follow. Instead, it bends around him. Jason, white, confident, class clown. Ah, man, we got Obama Jr. in here now? The class bursts into laughter. Eli doesn't flinch, doesn't smile, doesn't react. Sarah, soft, sarcastic. What you lost? Honors class is next door. Marcus. Yo, he even brought books. Actual books. Like, with paper. Some chuckle. A few students glance at each other, unsure whether to join in or look away. One girl, Lena, shifts uncomfortably but says nothing. Mr. Howard, the teacher, walks in. Mid-40s, tired eyes, coffee-stained shirt. Mr. Howard. All right, quiet down. We've got a new face. Eli. McCain, right? Eli nods. Mr. Howard, CONT'd. Transfer student. Welcome. Just try to keep up. A few students snort at the comment. Mr. Howard doesn't notice or pretends not to. He turns to the whiteboard and starts writing equations. Eli opens his notebook silently. His notes are neatly structured, color-coded, hand-drawn diagrams. No one sees them, because no one looks. Cafeteria, lunch. The cafeteria pulses with sound, trays slamming, laughter echoing, sneakers squeaking across the floor. Eli walks in with his lunch tray, scans the tables. There's space next to Jason and his group, but as he approaches, they spread their bags across the bench. Jason. Nah, bro, reserved. Sarah. Maybe they eat alone where he's from. Eli turns without a word and finds an empty table near the exit. He sits, slowly eats, head down, alone. A few tables over, Jason pulls out his phone, snaps a blurry photo of Eli hunched over. Caption. New kid trying to summon demons with his lunch. He posts it, laughs. The others laugh too. Within minutes, the photo spreads through group chats like wildfire. Classroom, later that day. Mr. Howard passes out pre-test practice packets. Mr. Howard. Final exams in 2 weeks. 60% of your grade. Take this seriously. He pauses at Eli's desk. Mr. Howard quietly. You understand the format? It's advanced. Eli meets his gaze. Calm. Controlled. Eli. Yes, sir. Mr. Howard hesitates, then moves on. Behind him, Jason whispers. Jason. Man sounds like he's narrating a slave documentary. A sharp bark of laughter from Marcus. Someone else coughs awkwardly. Eli hears it. Everyone does. He just turns the page of his packet. Starts reading. No emotion on his face, but his pencil presses down a little harder on the page. School bus, end of day. The bus rocks slightly on the road. Most students are loud, throwing paper, shouting across rows. Eli sits by the window. Alone. Headphones in. A highlighter in one hand, a chemistry book open on his lap. Jason walks by as he exits the bus. Jason. Later, Malcolm X. No one stops him. No one defends Eli. But Eli doesn't look up. Instead, he flips the page, diagramming molecular bonds with precision. He may not say a word. But inside, a storm is building. Eli's room, night. A small bedroom. Stacked books. A desk lamp hums in the silence. On the wall, a handwritten quote on paper. When they underestimate you, don't correct them. Just outwork them. Eli sits, headphones off now. No music. No noise. Just silence and thought and a fire behind his eyes that no one at school has bothered to see. Not yet. High school classroom, next morning. The mood is different. The final exam looms. On the board. Final exam, 5 days left. Students groan. Sarah leans over to Marcus, whispering with half-hearted concern. Sarah. 60% of our grade? We're toast. Jason, leaned back in his chair, looks toward the back row, smirking. Jason. Nah, I'm cool. If Eli the exorcist over there passes, we all pass. Laughter. A few nervous chuckles. Eli, as always, stays silent. But his pencil doesn't. He's already jotting formulas from the board into his notebook before Mr. Howard finishes writing them. His pages are immaculate. Lines straight. Notes color-coded. Each corner of his page used with surgical precision. Mr. Howard glances at him from the front of the room. Watches the way his hand moves fast but steady. He frowns, then turns away. Library, lunch. While the cafeteria vibrates with teenage chaos, Eli sits in the library. Same seat as yesterday. Same sandwich. Same silence. A pile of textbooks open in front of him. Calculus, biology, history. His fingers flip between pages like clockwork. Yellow sticky notes poke out from every margin. He underlines, cross-references, rewrites. He's not just studying, he's preparing for war. A librarian walks by, notices the pages. Librarian. Advanced placement? Eli. Quietly. Final exam. Librarian. Looks like you're gonna teach the class, not take it. Eli doesn't smile. But he nods. Classroom, afternoon. The room hums with low anxiety. Mr. Howard drops mock test packets on each desk. His voice is sharp, more serious than usual. Mr. Howard, if you can't do this now, don't expect a miracle on Friday. Jason flips through his packet like it's a joke. Jason. Man, half these questions look like Latin. Sarah. What's this even for? We're not all trying to be whatever he is. She motions vaguely toward Eli. Jason chuckles. Jason. Let him pass. That way, the school can put a black kid on their brochure. The class laughs, not all of them. A few students look uncomfortable. Eli writes. Doesn't lift his eyes. But under the desk, one of his hands forms a fist. School hallway, after school. The practice quiz results are posted outside the classroom. Students crowd around the sheet. Jason searches the list. Jason. Wait, what? I got a 42. Marcus. I got a 55 and I guessed half of it. Sarah. Hold up, who's number 1? They all look. At the top. 1. Elijah McCain, 98%. The hallway goes quiet for a moment. Jason stares, then scoffs. Jason. Pfft, probably cheated. No way he's that smart. Sarah. He doesn't even talk. Lena softly. That doesn't mean he's stupid. Everyone turns. Lena's never defended him before. Jason frowns. Doesn't respond. Eli walks by the crowd without looking. Head up. Calm. But his heart is racing. Mr. Howard's desk, evening. Mr. Howard flips through Eli's quiz. Every answer correct. Diagrams labeled. Footnotes. Even original thoughts. He reads one paragraph twice. Sits back in his chair. Mr. Howard VO. All this time. He glances toward the empty classroom. Mr. Howard VO. And I almost didn't see it. I almost let them define him by silence. Or by skin. Eli's room, night. Posters of scientists and poets on the wall. Mandela. Maya Angelou. Einstein. Sticky notes. Formulas. Quotes. He sits at his desk, headphones on, not for music, but for an online college lecture. Quantum theory. On screen, the professor says. The observer changes the outcome just by watching. Eli writes it down. He closes the laptop. Stares at the quote on his wall. Let them expect nothing. And give them everything. He lies down without turning off the lamp. Eyes open. Thinking. He knows what's coming. And this time he's ready to be seen. Int. High school classroom, morning. A heavy silence lingers in the air as students file into the room. It's the kind of silence that says today matters. Desks are arranged in neat rows. Phones are off. Heads are down. On the whiteboard in bold marker. Final exam, no talking. No excuses. No mercy. Mr. Howard stands at the front with a stack of thick exam packets, his face unreadable. Eli walks in last. He wears the same hoodie, same quiet presence, but something's changed. His eyes aren't downcast anymore. He meets the room with quiet composure. He walks past Jason, Sarah, and Marcus, all seated and whispering nervously. Jason, under his breath. You ready to choke, genius? Marcus. Hope the exam's got pictures. Jason grins. Jason. Or maybe he's got an answer sheet hidden in that hair. Sarah chuckles, but even she seems less sure today. Eli takes his seat in the back. He places his pencils in a straight line, then folds his hands and waits. Mr. Howard clears his throat. Mr. Howard. This is your last shot. No retakes. No curves. And for the love of education, read the directions. He begins handing out the exams. When he places one on Eli's desk, he pauses. Mr. Howard softer. Good luck, Mr. McCain. Eli nods. Eli. Thank you, sir. The clock starts ticking. Classroom 30 minutes in. The scratching of pencils fills the room. Students fidget. Pages flip. Erasers squeal against paper. Jason rubs his forehead. His eyes dart between two answers. He erases, rewrites, erases again. Sarah stares blankly at her second page. Marcus sighs and rests his head on one hand, completely lost. Then Eli. He's still. Focused. His eyes move across the page with precision. Pencil glides over paper. His calculations are clean. Diagrams neat. Notes and margins. Every few minutes he checks the clock. Not out of panic, out of discipline. He doesn't rush. He doesn't stall. He flows. Classroom, 1 hour in. Mr. Howard walks the aisles, watching. He stops by Eli's desk. Looks down. Pauses. There's a paragraph written on the final essay question more than any other student has done so far. It's not just correct. It's thoughtful. Insightful. Mr. Howard blinks. Mr. Howard VO. He's not just passing this exam. He's writing his own narrative. Jason looks over his shoulder. He sees Eli's page filled with confident answers. His own page? Half blank. Jason's jaw tightens. Jason VO. No way he's smarter than me. No way. He grips his pencil harder. His ego crumbling under the weight of unspoken truth. Classroom, last 10 minutes. Mr. Howard. Time's almost up. Start rapping. The tension spikes. Desperate scribbling. Muttered swears. Jason erases a full answer. Rewrites. Scratches it again. Eli is already done. He checks every page. Once. Then again. He flips his paper over and folds his hands, calm. The silence around him deepens. Some students glance back at him. It's the first time they really see him. Not just the hoodie. Not just the skin. Not the silence. But the force behind it all. Classroom, end of exam. Mr. Howard. Pencils down. Pass your exams forward. Papers shuffle. Chairs creak. Mr. Howard collects the tests. When he reaches Eli's, he hesitates. Mr. Howard. You feeling confident? Eli. Evenly. I did what I came to do. Their eyes lock. It's not bravado. It's not arrogance. It's self-knowledge. Mr. Howard nods slowly. School hallway after the exam. Students spill into the hallway like pressure escaping a balloon. Sarah. That essay was brutal. Marcus. Man, I blanked on half the physics stuff. Jason stands alone for a moment. He looks down the hall. Eli is walking toward the front doors, slow, composed. For a split second, Jason watches. There's no joke. No smirk. Just something unfamiliar in his eyes. Recognition. Mr. Howard's desk, late afternoon. The classroom is empty. Mr. Howard sits with a red pen and a stack of exams. He's halfway through Jason's, sighs at the errors. Then he lifts Eli's. Reads. Flips page. Then the next. Then again. He leans back slowly in his chair. Mr. Howard VO. They laughed at him. Mocked him. Because they thought silence meant emptiness. He closes the exam. Mr. Howard VO. But it meant depth. More than they'll ever understand. Eli's bedroom, night. His lamp glows. Books are closed. He sits on his bed, still dressed, still quiet. But in his eyes, peace. He's not waiting to be accepted. He's not looking for applause. He simply knows what he's done. High school classroom, morning. The energy is different. The bell hasn't even rung, but the students are already in their seats. Whispers fill the room. Sarah. He said he finished grading them last night. Marcus. Bro, I swear, if I failed. Jason stares straight ahead, jaw tight. Then the door opens. Mr. Howard walks in, holding a thin stack of papers. He doesn't smile. Doesn't make a speech. He walks to the board. In slow, clean letters, he writes. Exam results posted. See hallway board after class. Groans. Tension. Sarah leans back. Sarah. Why not just tell us? Jason. Because he wants to watch us squirm. But Eli says nothing. He's calm, quiet, but his hands are folded tightly together on his desk. Even he doesn't know what's coming. School hallway, lunchtime. The hallway is packed. Students push toward the bulletin board. The list is posted. Some cheer. Others curse. Sarah scans the paper, her name halfway down. Sarah. 72. Barely. Jason shoves forward, searches for his. Jason. 61? That's wrong. Then Marcus sees it. At the very top of the list, bold black ink. 1. Elijah McCain, 100%. Silence. Even the hallway seems to hold its breath. Jason stares. Then turns to look over his shoulder. At Eli. Eli is standing near the lockers. Alone. Still. He hasn't even looked at the board yet. Sarah nudges him. Sarah. You might want to see this. Eli walks forward. I scan the paper. He sees his name. No reaction. Then a quiet breath. His shoulders loosen slightly. Not pride. Not smugness. Just release. Classroom, afternoon. Students file in, buzzing. Marcus. Man, you saw his score? 100. Who does that? Sarah. Like, was he hiding a second brain this whole time? Mr. Howard stands at the front, trying not to smile. He clears his throat. Mr. Howard. Well, you've all seen the scores. Mr. Howard CONT'd. But one student didn't just pass. He redefined what this class can be. He turns to Eli. Mr. Howard. Elijah, would you mind standing for a moment? All eyes turn. Eli rises slowly. The room is silent. Mr. Howard's voice is steady. Mr. Howard. Not just a perfect score. Not just correct, exceptional. Your reasoning, your detail, it reminded me why I teach. A few students clap. Then more. The sound grows. Jason doesn't move. Eli remains still, unsure of how to receive it. Hallway, after class. Eli walks down the corridor. Students part as he moves. Not out of fear, out of sudden recognition. Some nod. A few offer quiet, good job, S. Lena steps up beside him. Lena. Hey. That was amazing. Eli gives a small smile. Eli. Thanks. Lena. You ever thought of tutoring? He laughs softly. The sound surprises even him. Eli. You let me. She shrugs. Lena. After today? We'd be lucky to have you. Behind them, Jason stands near a locker, watching. His face is unreadable. Mr. Howard's office, evening. Mr. Howard sits at his desk, grading leftover papers. The door knocks. Eli enters. Mr. Howard. I didn't expect you. Eli. Just wanted to say thanks. For not underestimating me. Mr. Howard sets his pen down. Mr. Howard. I did. At first. A beat of silence. Mr. Howard. And that's on me. Eli nods. Mr. Howard. You earned every bit of that score. But more than that. You made people uncomfortable. That's how you know you mattered. They shake hands. Mr. Howard. Let me know if you ever want a recommendation letter. Eli's room, night. He sits at his desk. But there are no books out. No highlighters. No deadlines. Just him. He opens a new journal. Writes one sentence. They saw me today. He closes the journal. And for the first time lets himself smile just a little. School hallway next morning. The same hallway. The same lockers. But everything feels quieter. Students still talk, still joke, but there's something in the air now. Something has shifted. Eli walks in, just like always, hoodie on, backpack slung over one shoulder. But for the first time, people move aside without mocking him. Not out of fear. Out of respect. Lena waves from a distance. Lena. Morning, Eli. He nods back. A small smile. As he approaches his locker, Sarah and Marcus are there, whispering. Sarah steps forward, hesitant. Sarah. Hey. Eli. He turns calm. Sarah. I just wanted to say I was wrong. About you. All of us were. Marcus. Awkwardly. Yeah. You crushed that exam, man. Eli looks at them. Not cold, just measured. Eli. Thanks. A pause. Sarah. If you're ever up for studying together. I could really use the help. Eli. After a beat. Maybe. She nods. They walk away, giving him space. Jason watches from the end of the hall. His arms are crossed. His mouth tight. He doesn't say anything. But he doesn't smirk either. Classroom, later that day. Mr. Howard starts writing a new unit on the board. Mr. Howard. With the final behind us, we're starting group projects. Real-world problems, real teamwork. A few groans. He turns. Mr. Howard. This time I'll be choosing the groups. Heads snap up. Mr. Howard. Let's see. Sarah, Jason, Lena, and Elijah. A beat of tension. Jason tenses. Eli remains neutral. Sarah turns to Jason. Sarah. Quietly. Don't mess this up. Jason scoffs but says nothing. They gather their desks. The energy is awkward. Jason avoids eye contact. Lena tries to break the tension. Lena. So, how should we start? Eli opens his notebook. Eli. Depends. You want a good grade or a fast one? The question hangs in the air. Jason eyes him. It's not meant to be a dig. It's a real question. Jason. Slowly. Good. I guess. Eli. Then listen. I'll break down the topic. He starts outlining points. Clear, structured. Lena and Sarah listen. Jason watches. For the first time, he doesn't interrupt. Doesn't joke. Just listens. School library, after school. The group meets to work. Eli arrives early. Jason shows up last. He slumps into his chair, avoiding everyone's eyes. Jason. Look, before we start. I was a jerk. I get it. Eli doesn't respond. Jason sighs. Jason. I said things I wouldn't want said to me. And I wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes under what you went through. Still silence. Jason. I'm not asking for anything. Just wanted to say it. Eli finally looks at him. Eli. Apology accepted. Jason looks surprised. Jason. Just like that. Eli. You said it. That's more than most do. They get to work. Classroom presentation day. Each group presents their project. Some stumble. Some do well. Then it's Eli's group. He lets the others speak first, then steps up last, explaining the final piece of the analysis with clarity and poise. Students listen genuinely. Even Mr. Howard is still. When they finish, the class claps. Even Jason smiles, proud, maybe for the first time, not of himself, but of someone else. School hallway that evening. Most students have left. Lockers clang shut. Eli is walking out with his notebook when Mr. Howard calls after him. Mr. Howard. Eli. He turns. Mr. Howard. Just wanted to say, the way you carry yourself, that's power. Eli tilts his head. Eli. I thought power was loud. Mr. Howard. Only if you've got something to prove. You didn't shout. You just delivered. They'll remember that. Eli nods slowly. Eli. I'm not trying to be remembered. I just want them to stop assuming. Mr. Howard sighs. Mr. Howard. Maybe now they will. Eli's room, night. His desk is cleaner now. Less frantic. More focused. He pulls out a small box. Inside are note cards, quotes, scraps of paper he's collected. On top, a new quote he wrote himself. Sometimes, the strongest voice is the one that doesn't speak until it has something real to say. He places it on his desk. A quiet smile crosses his face. School auditorium, 3 months later. Sunlight streams in through tall windows as folding chairs creak beneath the weight of students, parents, and teachers. A large banner hangs above the stage. Student recognition ceremony, excellence. Resilience. Growth. The principal speaks at the podium, her voice calm, deliberate. Principal Dawson. This year, we've seen more than grades. We've seen character, determination, and quiet courage. In the audience, Eli sits in the second row wearing a collared shirt, hoodie gone. His hands are in his lap and his expression is calm, almost uncertain. Behind him sit Jason, Sarah, Lena. They glance at him with something new in their eyes, not just respect, but gratitude. Principal Dawson, CONT'd. One student reminded us that leadership doesn't always look the way we expect. Sometimes it sits quietly at the back of the room until it's time to rise. She nods to the side of the stage. Principal Dawson. Elijah McCain, please come forward. A ripple of applause. Not explosive, but sincere. Eli stands. As he walks to the stage, his heart pounds. Not out of fear, but because the silence around him now feels different. It's not empty. It's filled with meaning. Stage, moments later. Eli steps to the mic. He takes a moment. Looks out at the faces, many once mocking, now attentive. Eli. I used to think being quiet made me invisible. But sometimes silence is just focus. Preparation. A pause. The room leans in. Eli. People said I didn't belong. That I was too quiet. But I learned that you don't have to raise your voice to make noise. You just have to raise your standards. Soft claps. A few nods. Eli. I'm not the only one who's been overlooked. So if you're sitting in the back thinking no one sees you, just wait. Keep working. They'll hear you when it's time. The clapping swells. Eli. Thank you. He steps back. No mic drop. No big grin. Just truth offered clean. Hallway after ceremony. Posters are being taken down. Families chat. Eli walks out holding his small award plaque in one hand. Jason jogs to catch up. Jason. Hey. Eli turns. Jason. That was actually good. Eli. Thanks. Jason. You thinking about college? Eli. Already applied. Jason. You'll kill it, man. A pause. Eli. You will too. If you start listening earlier. Jason grins. Jason. Touché. They part ways. School wall, sunset. A small mural has been painted by the art club. It shows a black boy in silhouette standing before a chalkboard filled with equations and light. Underneath, it reads, Strength is not always loud. Eli stands before it. Alone, but not lonely. Lena walks up beside him. Lena. They're saying next year's class is already talking about you. Eli. I didn't do it for them. Lena. I know. That's why it mattered. They stand there for a moment, watching the colors shift in the dying light. Lena. What now? Eli. I keep going. Quietly. Eli's room, night. He opens a new journal. On the first page, he writes. They laughed. Then they listened. One day, someone like me won't need to do both just to be seen. He closes the book. Puts it on the shelf next to all the others. Turns off the light.